morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And it well and truly is a great evening because England have lost and the other three are speechless. So I'll start the episode today and I'll cover the episode because today is a fascinating day. It's the best day of the year for me. The only game we're going to talk about is the final. And we'll start with which Englishman wants to go first out of three of
Well,
you?
before we
Whoever,
do, I
whoever
just wanted to
wants.
ask, where did Ireland come in the Euros?
Shameless.
In 2016, we actually beat the finalists, France.
Yeah, but this isn't 2016.
And won a trophy.
Enough about a team
Yeah.
that didn't play. What
Let
did you
me
think?
start.
What did you
I
think of it?
The least Englishman should start, and that's me. Atrocious, embarrassing, deserved to lose, and the only shining light, and of course, is Chelsea. So we're back to Chelsea PR merchant. We're going back to club football, and Cole Palmer, England's best player of this tournament, and you can't argue otherwise.
Yes, I can. Anyway,
I've got two arguments.
Anyway,
well,
me and Dan were together watching this game, to be fair, and it just seemed to be like, to be fair, Mark Goldbridge put it perfectly. He was literally saying it's like putting the best artists in the world in the room together, giving them a blank canvas and saying, paint like this vase. And then they're in the middle of painting it, and then Gareth Southgate walks in the room and just takes a massive shit on the painting, and it just looks like that. That's apparently that's kind of that's what he said. That's exactly what he said. But it makes sense though, because it's like you've got, as you mentioned a bit earlier today, even before this podcast started, you mentioned how we've got all this talent, we've got all this work and everything like that. Everyone's spot on. You've got Kane, one of the best number nines in the world, Bellingham up and coming, Saka, one of the best right wings in the world. And there's no kind of, as you said, like what did Southgate do before the England job in order to kind of like deserve this role, in order to be able to kind of see if he can manage these guys properly? He hasn't. And it's a shame, really, because obviously everyone throughout the tournament who wasn't English has obviously said you have deserved to get to this part, this, that, the other. But we did. We got to the final, and to be fair, after a few shocking performances, we've done all right. And he's got the country hyped as well. So it's obviously a shame to go out towards Spain because Spain are the better team throughout that entire tournament. But maybe we just need someone like who's had Premier League proven like to get into our managerial role now. For example, Graham Potter, maybe you could look into him. Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard.
Well, would you guys want? I'm going to ask consensus, and I'm going to ask Chavez as well. For England, who do you think from an outsider? Do you think an Englishman or a non-Englishman should take over?
I want Graham Potter. Yeah. In terms of, I said this before we started recording. Obviously with the whole Gareth Southgate stuff, whatever's going on, is he going to get another 2 years? Is he not? Is he going to leave? At the time of recording, nothing's been announced. Do I trust the FA to appoint the right man if they let Southgate go? And the answer is no, because whether it's the players, whether it's the team, or whether it's the manager, they've got it wrong time and time and time again, because the aim of football is to win things. Yes, we've had a glorious time under Southgate, getting to 2 finals, a semi-final, and the quarters obviously losing to the eventual finalists, France, in 2022. But do I trust them to appoint the right man? No. So in that case, keep Southgate for another 2 years. But also, if he does leave, it's not going to be a Pep, a Klopp, an Arteta, someone like that, because they're not an FA manager. So I think the most realistic option, Eddie Howe's not going to leave Newcastle because he's got every penny in the world to spend unless he gets sacked. It's not going to realistically be Gary O'Neill from Wolves. I don't think he's going to leave there, and I don't think he's got enough calibre to get the job, which then leaves Graham Potter, who, correct me if I'm wrong, is still unemployed. He did well at Brighton. Yes, he had a shambles at Chelsea, but obviously you saw at the start of last season, you were very much Poch out, and it was with, yes, you spent
Chelsea is
£1 million,
shocking, so.
But it was near enough the same. Yeah. So,
but I've got a counterpoint for you. You say the FA have got it wrong, but let's look back at the last few appointments. Did they really get it wrong at the time? For example, Roy Hodgson. We all remember him vaguely. Fulham got them to the Europa League final, but at the time, another English manager. Do you think there was anyone else better to go for if they wanted to?
Oh no, I didn't mean in terms of outright wrong decisions. Yeah. I meant in terms of they might not have been the right man for the squad. In terms of, for example, Southgate's tactics.
How would you know unless you appoint someone? Though Capello, another one.
That's the thing. Yeah,
the CV at AC Milan is like absolutely fantastic. So, like, I know it didn't work out now, but at the time it looked good, didn't it? Like Sven-Goran Eriksson agreed, like had a good successful run in Serie A with Sampdoria, etc. But maybe apart from Allardyce, like, did they really?
That went horribly wrong. Yeah, no, I did. I didn't mean in terms of they've got it directly wrong. As I said, they've got it more. I mean, it's hard because your squad progresses. The people that I'm guessing none are left from 2016. Like this was 2018 onwards.
Walker,
Kane,
Stones. Pickford.
Pickford.
But in terms, no, because Hart would have been goal 2016.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, Kane
There've
might
been
have been
few
the
players
only. No, from the
I'm
2016
kidding.
Iceland
Yeah,
game. There you go. But it's developed so much that you weren't to know that Kane's going to develop his game almost into I'm sure Chavez will agree, a Wayne Rooney type role, drops deep. He hasn't got the runners. Playing 2 10s behind Kane in Foden and Bellingham, who are phenomenal footballers, isn't the style of play because we essentially end up with 3 number 10s and no striker. With Shaw at left wing back, who's good enough on the ball, as is Saka on the right, but they're not being deployed as out and out wingers, then it just becomes cramped everywhere. And I think that's our issue. So Southgate did get it wrong in terms of maybe the squad selection at the start of the Euros.
The only thing he got right in that whole game was probably bringing on Watkins as early as he did because he hasn't done that before, and that's probably because it was the final. He was shitting himself. But apart from that, Cole Walker should never play for England again. Like I think he was an atrocious tournament. Kieran Trippier should retire as well. We don't have a
Kieran Trippier, poor guy. He's got like too many allegations about him.
Exactly. There's a lot of players that I think just need like a revamp, really.
I agree. I do agree. And to be fair, Chavez, when you mentioned about the whole kind of right back saga, we've got like we're kind of like lucky to have like spoiled for choice because now obviously Reece James is going to make a comeback hopefully, and he can keep his hamstring in good nick this time. We've got Reece James. Hopefully, if that what's his name Holland guy leaves, we can have Benny Blanco in the England team as well. That's a good choice. And then Trent. Do you know what I mean?
Livermento. I was going to say about the manager, Dan. You were saying, the thing that you're saying about Eddie Howe and Potter. I agree. That's probably what's going to happen. Like that's why I predict. Well, Southgate will stay. You'll stay down the English route. What you actually need, it's not even really about tactics and stuff. You've got world-class players in your team. You need someone who can, handle all that.
Down.
I think your transfer target for a manager should be exactly what Chelsea used to do. It's just pure personalities, big managers, big names with big people that are involved with bigger players that have managed them. Because right now you've got world-class players left and right, as bad as they were in this tournament. I mean, we talked about Bellingham, player of the season in La Liga, Foden, player of the season, and Harry Kane is world-class, regardless of how annoying he can be. There's players everywhere, and someone needs to be able to tell them what to do and take them off when they need to be off, and really, make decisions. I mean, I've said from the start, this is about you winning the Euros, not getting Bellingham to his first Ballon d'Or, like things like that. Things like that require sacrifice, bring out your best team. And Southgate, he's done better this tournament. I think this was actually his best tournament as manager. He did a lot right, weirdly. Like some of the substitutions he made during games, I actually agree with them. And he did drop. I mean, he kind of made, what was that right wing change he made? There was a game where, well, mind you, for example, the old Southgate might not even consider changing Gallagher and persisted if it was like a Henderson. So he's done well. This tournament, you were never going to beat Spain. I mean, you're going to talk about England for the whole episode, but Spain were absolutely outstanding. They broke records.
Props to Spain.
They won absolutely everything. The manager they have won everything building up to this at every age level to be their manager to this day. Nico Williams, all these players coming through, they're unbelievable. They finally a country that actually plays together. Because if you look at their players, no offense to them, they're quite mediocre, some of them. I mean, Rizabal is the winner of the Euros. No one's even talking about him because who is he? He's not that big a player. England have 7
clubs in Spain. He's a Sociedad, like
and Cucurella, by the way, was the weak link, and look how he played. So when you got a manager who's getting the best out of your players, then anything can happen. And they were the one team. Them, Turkey, Georgia, some countries that actually played well. I thought Germany, all these countries actually somewhat played well together. Imagine if England could get the best out of their players. They need someone, that personality in there, not just some yes man, which unfortunately Southgate is.
This could also be very, very, very controversial, but based off what I've heard as the consensus from the entire country, and as we've said many a time, and I think we agree, obviously, in terms of club football as well, in terms of international, just football in general. You'd rather watch, had we have won last night, no one would have cared how we would have played for the whole tournament. It would have
mattered. You say this every time, Dan, but it doesn't matter.
But this is the thing, and
now it doesn't matter.
It's now, exactly, and now it's a massive blot on the team that we've played terrible and we've lost. It's now a massive blot on Southgate's chances. Had we have, but this is what I was going to say, had we have played, for example, Germany, beat Scotland comfortably in the first game, Germany were never in danger, and Spain again were the better team against them, but were unlucky to concede it in the 120th minute and not take it to penalties because that's a lottery. I genuinely think quite a lot of English football fans are so stupid that they would have rather played like Germany and got knocked out in the round of 16 than got to the final. Yes, it was poor performances, but to be in another final, like 2 consecutive finals, that to me.
Yeah, but damn, I know, when you see like silverware, Yeah, when you see silverware and stuff like that, you don't say, "Oh, the runner-up." Yeah,
No,
shout out
no,
to
I
them.
appreciate that, but it's also you don't have to be a good footballing side to progress in tournaments.
Portugal's the best
Yeah,
example. 2016
Yeah.
did not play
It,
well at all, and they
they
won
won
it
what
And they
so
won.
well.
one game
And no
in
one
90
cares
minutes.
about how they played. Everyone remembers Eder and Ronaldo, like Ronaldo coaching and stuff. You don't remember.
And that's the risk, isn't it? But
Yeah.
now you've lost the risk.
Yeah.
So, Dan, I think even you playing at your best might have potentially lost to Spain. But if you can come away from a tournament and say that most of your players played to their ability and England looked good to watch, and it was just genuinely like everyone was playing to their ability, and you lose to Spain, that's absolutely fair enough. Even if you look at the bigger picture here, losing to Spain, there's no shame versus how it was like against Italy. Should have beaten Italy any day of the week. You were better than them. But so this one, I don't think you can really complain too much. I think it's still
No, there's
positive
no right.
future.
The performance yesterday, you have no right to complain. There's
No.
no penalties. It was crap. A lot of players were out of character. Mainu, Rice, etc. I don't know if the occasion got to them or what, but
No, I think Spain got to them to have 70% possession of the ball in the first half.
to be honest,
If you haven't got the
in
ball,
that
you can't do
second half
anything.
when Spain scored, well, I think we were lucky not to be 2 or 3-0 down as well.
Yeah,
So
Williams and Elmo had a good chance straight after.
Exactly, and then Yamal should have scored. But big up to him, by the way, 17 years old, playing like that.
Yeah,
I do agree.
I thought Luke Shaw had a very good game.
I thought Luke Shaw did pretty well.
Yeah,
Luke
really,
Shaw had a
he did
very
very
good
well.
game
Shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, it was Project
Zubimendi came off the bench. I thought
Future Arsenal star. Yep.
Yeah, unbelievable player. Rodri should get the Ballon d'Or. If Jude Bellingham gets it, I'm genuinely going to be so upset. I think as upset when Jorginho came like third or something. It has to be Rodri now, based on what we've seen this tournament. It can't, like, Jude Bellingham will be the worst Ballon d'Or winner in history if he wins it. No offense to him, great player, great moments player in that sense. But now that that moment wasn't delivered, you have to look at his performances, and they weren't good.
Great player is a bit of an oversight. He made a lot of poor decisions, even in that final, holding the ball too long, trying to take people on. So sometimes the simple stuff is most effective.
Keep it basic.
Exactly, and he's a lot of crap decisions by him. I think he was very lucky to stay on in every game as long as he did. To be honest,
do you think it's people go, "Oh, it's PR, it's this"? He's trying to make it look good for an edit, which is obviously a standard joke and whatever while the game's going on.
Yeah,
but do you reckon because we know he can make those passes, we know he can score the buzz quick, because we know he's got the ability. Do you think he tries to do it because he's got the belief in himself to the hindrance of the team?
he has the belief, but at the same time,
you have
he's
to
21 years old. He's 21. He is really
It's a
young
learning
still.
curve.
We always think him for a lot. He'll probably develop this game as he gets older, and he'll be future England captain. Probably.
This is it. He's still, as you mentioned, 21. Like, he plays like he's a 30-year-old experienced midfielder. I have to say,
and hopefully
he has got a good mentality on them.
I think he lacks that, to be honest. I think that's one thing he doesn't have.
Do you think?
He's definitely the most confident man in England. That's what I'd say about him.
Yeah, he's got confidence, but in terms of like making the right decision, I think a few times I've seen obviously he's got the moments and stuff, but in a lot of situations he makes the wrong pass or he does a bit too much.
He turns inside quite a lot when the right pass is out wide. Especially, I know you were slating Walker before the episode, but on our right hand side with Walker and Saka attacking Cucurella, which again, like, props to Cucurella though it was a good battle on both sides. He kept on trying to go left to Foden, who was marked out of the game. Right when you've got a 2-on-1 against Cucurella, no offence, and yes, he's won the Euros and stuff, had a very poor season at Chelsea, had a good Euros, albeit, is probably the right decision.
I think back end he was all right. I think the last 2 months, 3 months, he was okay.
Yeah.
And I think this Euro shows that we should actually keep him rather than sell him because there is a player in there.
But that's what I was going to say. But that's what's like, if I can speak, touch on. Bellingham's now got 2 years working at Madrid at the top level. Obviously, him winning the Champions League is all league, by the by. As you said, he needs to work on his own game, not the team's game. That makes sense. He needs to work on his decision making.
He's too individual in his thinking sometimes. I think he needs to work on his team game, if anything.
Also, one prop I will give him, that turn on the inside, and I know the shot bit, I know why it was off target, but that was a brilliant touch. Like, it shows what he can do. When he controlled the ball into the box.
That's what he can do, though. Like, this the thing is,
doing stuff like that. He's obviously a very talented player. It's just some of his game I think he needs to.
And there's a reason I say you're the favourites for the next one, because you're right. But like, no one, that's a good thing you said. I don't think no one's talking about Bellingham's age today. You kind of all rip him apart, including me just 5 minutes ago. But he is only 21. Everyone's like quite young going up.
Mine is 19, 20. Like, they're all
mine is 19. Walton's not even had a touch in. Yeah,
we're still going to have
guys. Question for you guys: how many of these players do you think will be in the World Cup squad that have been in this Euro? So who do
Squad.
you think will be
Do a World Cup starting 11. That's good.
World Cup starting
United
11?
States of America.
Yeah, who do you think will
if
be
we
out?
qualify, we've got to qualify first.
We will qualify 100%. But
I'll
who,
give you their ages as we go. So Jordan Pickford would be, what age is he now? Pickford would be 32. I still think that doesn't matter.
I think
He's
that's
an old
enough.
Yeah,
English
he'll be
player.
I still think it's Pickford.
Yeah. So right back,
Trent. It's got to be Trent.
Trent or
Reece
Reece?
James.
What about Reece James?
Trent
He's
or
made,
Reece?
Ben White.
he's
Ben
made
White.
of cotton candy. He's going to be injured.
Ben White will be the right back.
Hope not.
I wouldn't even put it past him, but I'd say Reece James is the best right back. Let's just go based on, let's say they're all fit, because injuries, anything can happen, right?
Okay, all right. So Pickford in goal.
Pickford, I'd say Reece James.
Yeah, I was going to
I
go Reece
think
James
Mark
then.
Gay. I think if Mark Gay gets a big move as well and he carries on the way he is, I don't see
I don't
why
think he
he
needs a big move. Palace are
He's
all
only
right.
24 as well.
How's Maguire going to be? Is he still going to be?
I don't
So
know.
I'll get Maguire up. Gay, by the way, will be 26. No, 27. Okay. Maguire is currently 31. So
Yeah, no,
he's
okay,
33.
yeah.
Getting on a
I
bit.
think General will still be there. John
I think
Stones.
General will just about still be there. One more tournament.
He's only 30.
What about Brownfoot? What about Brownfoot?
Bradford's a
Tomori.
great shout.
If Southgate's not there, Tomori might actually get a look at in the England team.
Yeah, Tomori as well. Like,
Left
I
back,
think like you do want a left-footed centre back eventually. I think football's going to evolve and it's just going to become
How old is Luke
imperative.
Shaw?
I
Luke
think he's
Shaw is
29.
it's got to be, yeah.
29.
It's 2
he's
years.
29.
He'll still have it
He'll
in
be there.
2 years' time. It might be his last tournament because he's very injury. I know it didn't often.
Luke Shaw, yeah. Maybe Luke Shaw left back.
Yeah. I'd almost put Brownfoot left centre back with
Yeah.
Gahey.
But guys, that's
Yeah.
another position. Which left backs do we have after Luke
Ben
Shaw?
Chilwell.
Alfie
Luke Shaw.
Doughty.
Harry.
Well, you can't
Chavez.
laugh. You never know, mate. You don't know how Doughty's
Chavez,
going to
Harry
progress.
Amass.
Harry Amass, Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Tyrese Mitchell, probably.
Yeah. That's another one.
Midfield, it'll be Rice and Manu.
Rice,
I think
Miley,
Rice
Bellingham.
is set. Yeah.
Rice, Manu, Bellingham.
Bellingham.
It will still be Saka
Maybe-
and
It'll be Saka, Foden.
Nah, you can't guarantee the left wing.
um.
Because you never know what
Cole
Rashford's going to cook.
Palmer as well, man. 21.
How old's Kane?
30.
31.
Imagine Rashford
He'll
will be
still be
28
there.
in
He'll
his
still hit.
peak.
World Cup's only 2 years away. He'll be playing the 33.
Yeah, it could be Rashford, Kane, Saka.
And
Rashford,
Chavez, as you started the episode clowning the whole entire country, I know it's a pre-season friendly, but you did concede in the
Yeah, I know, I just
93rd
saw
minute. The 93rd minute to Rosenborg.
No one played that. That was an entire beating.
No one played. Okay, Rashford
Oh,
played the first
excuses.
half. Wan-Bissaka.
No one played.
Casemiro.
Yeah, in the first half when they
Casemiro
didn't
played 45
concede.
minutes.
Yeah, in the first half when they didn't
And
concede.
didn't score either.
Yeah, 3 first-team players.
Anyone else got anything to add? Arsenal played
Yeah, I
pre-season
think
friendlies.
something to add. Southgate out.
Well done to Spain. We haven't said that all episode.
Yeah, no,
well done
Yeah,
to
like
Spain.
no one
Fair
talks
play
about
to them.
Spain.
Well played. They deserve it. Fair
What a
enough.
sad
Obviously, it
little
would have
life,
been good.
Spain.
Yeah, it would have been nice to obviously bring it home, but the better team won. I think, as you said, Chavez, they gelled and played under their manager properly and together. And yeah,
Well,
kudos to them.
That's probably why it doesn't hurt as much as the Italy final for me, because I think Spain.
Yeah, they're worthy
it.
winners.
No, I'll chuck this out there. I don't think I can take a third final loss. I will chuck that out there.
Thing is, you know the way England are, you very well may be in the final because I feel like there's not much competition to you. So
There will
you
be.
get to another final.
2 years.
But do you think if we were on the other side of that group, we would be making it to the final? Because we did have the easier side again.
Who did Denmark have? Denmark
think
had Germany.
Germany
We
would have been a
Germany
good
in the
game.
first game.
England, Germany would have
Again.
been a good game.
I think
And then we would have
would've
had
wiped
Spain.
the floor with us. I think Germany would have wiped the floor with us.
And then we would have had Spain and then France. And then
I think England would have taken France. I thought France was shocking in this tournament. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah,
I thought
innit?
they pulled.
Do you guys
I-
think Deschamps will be manager?
I reckon
Yeah.
he'll go till 26. When's his contract? He's been there for what, 12 years already? Is it 12 years? 10, 12 years?
He was. Yeah, I think
He's been there
since
for a
that
while.
other guy.
South Africa World Cup, there was a shambles, wasn't there? And then I think he took over after
Yeah,
that.
because he had the players were fighting the manager. I think since 2010 must be good 10 to 14 years. You're right.
Getting on a bit.
What about Copa America? I tuned in for the extra time. It was still going on.
And did anyone see the size of Messi's ankle?
Yeah. Do you know,
Wow.
I turned Copa on. By the way, I haven't watched much of it. It's like watching football on 1.5. Like, everyone is on drugs. Everyone is running quicker than the
Constant
Europeans.
attack.
There's no tactics. It's just pure
Vibes.
chaos. And the goal was very nice. Lautaro Martinez was top scorer of the tournament. He saved himself. He's not a clown anymore. Messi has just Messi was crying. It was very similar to Ronaldo's final against who was it? France, when he got injured and couldn't play and then started crying. Messi kind of had a similar experience. Lisandro Martinez was. I'm seeing now best centre back in the world shouts. Finally, some people are acknowledging for how good he is. I've even seen shouts of best 90 minutes, not in that game, but best 90 minutes from a centre back period ever. Because he's genuinely like he controls everything in that team, and he was brilliant again. Again, a last-ditch tackle saved them. Garnacho didn't get a sniff in, bless him. I don't think he really gets along with the squad because he idolizes Ronaldo.
What was I going to say? Guys, what do you think of Messi? Ever since, I think, was it 33, 10 and 33, he's won every single international tournament he's played in.
Yeah, including
Is that
Finalissimo.
Argentina manager the best manager of all time or something like? Because
he's a joke.
Missing tournament. I've never seen.
Yeah, Messi had zero trophies with Argentina in his first 16 years, and now he's won everything. And next year it's Argentina versus Spain, Messi versus Yamal, passing on the baton. If Messi stays, it'll be another potential trophy.
He'll come back for a one-off game if he doesn't retire. Like from international.
Possibly. And Di Maria's done. He was crying as he got subbed off in extra time. Brilliant career. One of the most successful players of all time. Ronaldo needs to be done.
Ronaldo needs to be done.
But it's just sad to watch it. Like it's like watching. I don't know.
What's that saying? What's that saying? You either die a hero or live yourself. Stay long enough.
See yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's done both perfectly, almost. Before we end,
I love him though, man. I want him to play every tournament though. That's like the thing in me wants him.
Yeah.
I just don't want
a football fan in it. Right, let's add out there. Let's just put it out there. 2 years before the tournament even starts. Predictions. Give us a rogue or give us an outlandish prediction for for World Cup 26. Sorry, Elliot, take it away.
I actually think he'll win it. We'll go on.
Go on now. Random.
Shall I go mad and just say? I'm going to say Russia.
What?
Are they even allowed? Are they even allowed currently?
Russia to be allowed back into the tournament? Is that what you're
Yeah.
I don't know a country, but I think African football, an African country will win the World Cup. I think African countries, I think African players definitely.
I think I can see the script of England winning in the States. I can't see England not winning. It's getting a bit it is getting on now. It has to come home at some point. It'll be 60 years. 60 years on the dot. You win it in the States, you get the job done in a very different type
keep
of
it till Euro 28. We host Euro 28.
I was going to say, I think, Dan, if you lot went to penalties against Spain, you would have won. Your players look very certain when they take penalties.
But unfortunately, it didn't because we can't defend crosses. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and until next week, goodbye.